Hallo zusammen! Hello everyone! Derek McDonald, Bill Kammermeyer, Botch TV, Call Me Fat Jesus. That's what it's all about. Hi! Hi everyone. Thank you very much for being here, for tuning in, for the kind words. It's greatly appreciated. And with that, can I switch over with this? Let's see. Can I? No, I can't. Okay, I need to do it manually. Anyway. Bam. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Sir Kicks, X-Vision. Hello. Hello to you as well. Sir. Oh. Do I still have like an what is it? Color key. Yes, I have a color key in here. Okay, well, I'm gonna get rid of that. This should look a bit better. I hope so. Anyway, Mirotaya. Hello to you as well, of course. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. As you may be able to tell, luck has not befallen me in a way today. Like around 2 p.m. exactly, I don't know why, but around that time today, I was at work and I was watching a webinar, you know, for SEO, search engine optimization. Everything's great and, you know, everything's fine up until that point. And then, all of a sudden, my nose starts to run. Yeah, so that is why I may sound a bit stuffed, because, well, I am. I just used this, by the way, shortly before the stream. Anyway, I don't want to let this get me down and get us down. We're gonna have a great stream, though. So, yeah, just so you know. And I'm also gonna be drinking at least one beer today, because I want to, you know, clink glasses with you, like this. At least once. So, yeah. I'm trying my best. If I have to, you know, blow my nose 1 or 2 times, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it off cam. Just so you know. But yeah, for transparency reasons, that is what it is. David Daniels, hi! And thank you very much for the kind words. Much appreciated. Rita Cerejo. Is it Cerejo? Cerejo, I guess, right? Oh no, I forgot my earphones. No! Oh no! Congratulations! Aww, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. How are you doing, guys? I hope you had a great day so far and everything's fine. What time is it in your place, I wonder? Because in Germany, it's 7 p.m. now. It's like 7 minutes past 7. 7 past 7. And it's still, you know, the cool thing about Central European summertime, which has started on the previous weekend, is that in the evenings it stays bright longer, right? So that is why you see one side being a bit brighter than the other. That is that. And yeah, I love it. You know, I was born in summer. I'm a summer child in a way, so I just love that. So, yeah. I've been listening to Asche zu Asche constantly lately, particularly the Live in Berlin 1998 version. That's one of their best performances. Hey, Mr. Spock 89. Awesome. Guten Morgen, definitely German. Alles fit im Schritt, bitte auf Deutsch. Yes. I was wondering if you would tune in today, if you can make it. And yes. Awesome. By the way, Mr. Spock 89, maybe you might as well be mentioned in an upcoming video. Just saying. Don't want to reveal more. It's gonna be a few more days, but you know. But anyway, yeah, Mr. Spock 89, for those of you who don't know, he is a staple of the channel. He has been watching for many years now, and every time he tunes into a stream, he asks me to say how I'm doing in German, auf Deutsch. And I'm gonna do that in a second. So if I'm gonna suddenly start speaking German, that's why. And I'm gonna do that. First, though, I would like to say hello to fucking Hansel. Hallo zusammen. Congratulations, Dave, for the 10th anniversary. Greetings from Chile. Greetings to Chile from Germany, of course. I would like to go to Chile at some point. Definitely. 10 a.m. Pacific. Well, that's very early in the day. Wow. So, that is... yeah, okay. Carl Herring, you guys. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. This totally makes my day because, you know, even though I've been doing this for 10 years now, with every stream basically still to this day, and videos to some degree, there's always a feeling of, will people watch it? Will people tune in? In my case, you know, there's an additional factor that plays into all of this, which is the time difference, you know, different time zones. And that is why I really, really enjoy you being here. Really. Like, this is awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, why? Yeah, right. I should actually... That is what it's supposed to look like. Right. I was wondering, like, something is missing over there. What's going on? Botch TV says 12 p.m. Central Time. Ooh. Well, that's also in the past. I'm living in the future. Or you're living in the past, or maybe both. Anyway, it's 14:10 here, so lunchtime. Enjoy your lunch, of course. So I'm gonna get to Mr. Spock 89 and his approach for me, you know, to say how I'm doing in German, and I'm gonna be doing that. Mr. Spock 89, mir geht es sehr gut. Ich habe mich schon seit vielen Tagen auf den heutigen Stream gefreut und ich freue mich auch sehr, dass du wieder dabei bist. Das Einzige, was so ein bisschen doof ist, aber das habe ich ja eben schon erzählt, ist, dass ich wohl mir eine Erkältung eingefangen habe und deswegen habe ich hier Taschentücher und Nasenspray, um einigermaßen über den Stream zu kommen. Ich werde aber trotzdem ein Bier mit euch trinken, mindestens. Also, das mache ich. Und ich möchte mich bei dir wirklich von Herzen auch bedanken, dass du so häufig bei den Streams dabei bist. Und dass du mir immer diese Frage stellst, weil ich finde das so cool. Ich freue mich immer, wenn du dabei bist und wenn das kommt. So, das ist wie so ein Ritual geworden. Und das finde ich super. Deswegen vielen Dank. Thank you very much. I'm gonna switch to English now again. I basically just thanked him for, you know, tuning in and being here every single time, you know, and making this sort of a ritual. He's asking me, you know, how I'm doing, and I'm gonna respond to that in German. So that's awesome. I love it. Bérangerie! Einen wunderschönen guten Abend. A great evening, even though maybe for you it's not evening already. I don't know. In Germany it is. Even though it looks still, you know, it still looks very bright. And it is. It was a very sunny day, very awesome day, to be honest. Like 20 degrees Celsius. Around that, maybe? So, very, very cool. Like, spring has arrived. Because, you know, in the past few days, and especially still at night, you know, it can get quite cold in Germany. It's like 4, 5, 6-ish degrees Celsius in the night and in the mornings as well. And, you know, it's strange. For me, when I go to work in the morning, when I'm, you know, in the office building and when I'm not in home office, it's still cold enough that you have to wear a jacket, and in the afternoon, it's too warm for a jacket. It's you know, it's that strange time of the year. Yeah. But France, yeah. I was thinking of Canada. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Then it's the same. So it's still sunny in France as well. That's awesome. That is cool. So, everyone, maybe it's time to, you know, do what I gotta do. I'm gonna open my beer and I'm gonna say cheer, EO, Miss Sophie. Kling! Thank you all for being here, for being interested in what I'm doing, in my videos, in the live streams, and the channel in general. Supporting in every way, shape, or form. Being, you know, interacting with me, with others in the chat. Being a part of this community, in essence. That means so much to me as a creator, and I can't thank you enough. So, thank you very much. Cheers. Prost, as we say in German. Prost. Delicious, delicious. Lecker. Oh, I almost forgot. Happy 10th anniversary. Don't you worry, Bérangère, don't you worry. So feel free, you know, to get comfy, get yourself a cup of coffee or tea or beer or something else, water, milk. You know, that's totally up to you. Make yourself comfortable, make yourself at home. Maybe you are at home, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. Michael Merrick, hi. Thanks for tuning in. You make good content, it sells itself. Oh, thank you very much. Prost! Call me Fat Jesus here. Oh yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Michael. Much appreciated. And thanks for the kind words, of course. Yeah, in fact, I filmed, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 special videos to celebrate the 10th channel anniversary, and all of those videos will be published soon, throughout April. And the last one is gonna be a special one, because it's about you guys. It's totally about you guys. And I'm still, you know, it's not 99% done. And yeah, there was a ride making it, to be honest, in a positive way for me personally. Very emotional also, without, you know, but yeah, that was cool. So, everyone, some of you may have told me that already, but if you want to, feel free to tell me when you joined the channel, when you joined this community, when you found out about me and the channel. What was it that made you tune in, subscribe, you know, and check out my content? Because that is something that no matter how long I will be doing this still from this day onwards, I will always be fascinated and interested in that. Fascinated by and interested in. Curious about all those prepositions. Yeah. Time flies. Daven Gant. Hi. Thanks for tuning in, Daven. Thanks for being here. Wow, 10 years. That's amazing. I've been watching since 2017. Wow. And have learned so much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you very much. That is awesome. I mean, imagine. In some way, it's strange, you know. In some way, I think, you know, like, well, that's not too long ago, right? But it's 8 years. And, you know, the other day I was talking to a workmate of mine, and he was born in 2005. And I just came to realize that he is about to turn 20 this year, 20. And people that were born in 2000, like in the year 2000, they turned 25. This is totally crazy to me. I don't know about you guys. Nothing against those people, don't get me wrong. Quite the opposite. I know a lot of awesome young folks, you know, says the old guy. No. yeah, that is, and you know, even to like 2015, 10 years doesn't feel that much. Funny enough, there are many situations, things that I vividly remember from 2015, even though it's been 10 years. Like, yeah. That's crazy. Sircakes, I can't remember how I got here, but I'm staying because of the streams. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Excuse me. Bill says, my favorite videos of yours were the ones where you did everyday activities, described all the words associated with it. Yeah, that is something that I also enjoyed. And if I can, think of a few things that I could do in that vein again, I would be open to doing those again, you know. But that's been a long time ago. I mean, that we're talking like 2015, 16 now. That was a very long time ago. But yes, you're totally right, and I'm gonna write that down. So feel free. This stream is also a great opportunity for you guys to tell me what you like about the channel and what you like to see more of, maybe. You know, to give me feedback. I'm always open for it. Granted, I can't promise anything, you know, but feel free to tell me, of course. So I'm gonna write down activities videos. Okay. Rita says, since before your videos would get Germanized. Before my videos would get Germanized? Wow, that is very early. That is like, because Vuko get Germanized, Meister Densei, he's been around since day one, basically. Wow. Tiffany Hallmark, also a long-time viewer, you know, supporter of the channel, and you know, I also said that in an upcoming video, by the way, hint hint. But I'm always happy when, you know, long timers tune in, when Tiff, you know, Tiff is really great person who really interacts with the channel, who really is an active part of the community. That's what I want to say, basically. She really enjoys tuning into early access videos, for instance, which is awesome to see, of course, you know, and leaving comments. That's awesome. That's really cool. And Tiff is, you know, thank you, Tiff, for everything. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being so kind and great person, apparently. So, thank you. Thank you. And don't worry, I just started the stream a few minutes ago, so you haven't missed too much. The way you present yourself, the amount of information you're willing to share, anyone helping break division, is a friend to me. Wow, thank you. Fucking Hansel says, I don't actually remember the first video I watched, but I came here because I saw you on Get Germanized and I liked your content and subscribed. I think it was 9 years ago. Man. This is so cool. I of course I remember you. You've been around for a long time, but I wouldn't have thought that it has been like almost 10 years, 9 years. That's crazy, man. That's so crazy. Wow. Man. Whew. And thank you very much, of course, for the kind words. Yeah, I mean, especially in the early days, you know, it also helped me to really get into all of this, you know, the video creation in front of the camera by collaborating with Vuko, for instance, among other creators here and there. Get Germanized, that is. He was used to it way longer than I had been. And For me, I had to get used to it a little bit. Even though, you know, I've been doing YouTube since 2011, and I'm still running that second channel that I'm talking about now, which is my German Let's Play channel, Dave Durin TV. So I wasn't new to making videos, but I was new to making videos in front of a camera and, you know, interacting with that and recording and everything. And Vuko helped me a lot with all of that in a way, by just, you know, being there and me having the opportunity, you know, to see how he does it. Stuff like that, you know, that has helped immensely. And of course, you know, he's just great friend. I mean, yeah. David Daniel says, I think I joined in 2023. I was drawn to your reviews of Rammstein songs. They're my favorite band, and I saw their last US show in Los Angeles in September of 2023. Awesome, David. Awesome. And just for the record, I think, I'm pretty sure that you all know that, but I just want to say it out loud. Whether you've joined 10 years ago or whether you've joined today, you're part of this community all the same. You know, and I really appreciate you being here. That is what I wanted to say right out of the, you know, right off the gate. Thank you. So I really do appreciate all of you being here equally. Call Me Fat Jesus says, maybe 5, yeah, you've been around for a few years now as well. Yeah. Call Me Fat Jesus, yeah. I was trying to find Rammstein translations. I mean, it could have been 2019 even, because in 2019, which I'm also going to be talking about in an upcoming video soon, about highlights, you know, from the past 10 years. In 2019, I had the most successful year of the channel so far. That year was crazy. For a creator like me, who does niche content, who sometimes, you know, saying that always sounds like, you know, maybe, or some people may argue it's like complaining. That's not how I mean it, but just stating the way it is. For a content creator like me and fellow content creators in my niche and other niches, it's hard to find an audience at times. Quite often, to be honest. So when you have an audience and when you find one, and when you have maybe 1 or 2 videos here and there, just 1 or 2, or maybe just 1, you know, let's go with 1, and that blows up for your standards. And that happened to me in 2019 with the Deutschland video, where I explained the song, translated it, and analyzed the German lyrics for language learners, for you guys, basically. That mixture, and, you know, also the fact, of course, luck is always involved in that. The fact that it was the comeback album for Rammstein, the first one in 10 years, the first new album and new single in many years. 2015, I think, was the last one. That also helped immensely, of course, and that mixture, you know, everything came together that year. So maybe, and I did a lot of Rammstein videos, particularly in 2019, so you may have joined then. I don't know, of course, but But yeah. Michael Merrick says, it was a Rammstein lyrics video, the rest was a bonus. Awesome as well. Bill Kammermeyer asks, what are your most successful videos? Maybe the Rammstein song translations? Yeah, I mean, the Rammstein videos are definitely among the most successful ones, yeah. But not only them, surprisingly enough, last year, was it last year? No, it was 2023, I think, right? Was it last year? No, it was last year, I think. Last year, 2024, we're talking. In August and September, I suddenly had a rise in a video that was already online, watchable, for 2 years at that point. And I'm talking about Inglourious Bastards. For whatever reason, in August, September of last year, that video just took off. Like with thousands of new views and new, you know, people coming in, and I don't know why. Maybe something happened and I missed it. But I mean, I'm happy all the way, you know, or either way. So those videos, the Inglourious Bastards ones, and also, you know, Django Unchained, for instance, the movie-related ones, they are also among my most successful ones. I also have a few, but they are early videos about driving in Germany, you know, where I explain German road signs and, you know, traffic rules here and there. They've also done pretty well. Yeah. So I would say more or less that's that. Carl Herring says, I always enjoyed the Spaziergang videos, the walk, you know, going out for a walk videos, sort of, the outdoor streams, if you will. And I could definitely see myself doing those again. Yeah, I haven't done one in a while. Maybe, you know, at some point. They're always fun. Even though it's still weird, you know, once again, I've been doing this for many years now, but filming outside in a way, like filming yourself, talking to the phone in front of you while people are walking nearby and everything. I can live with it, but it may be weird for people in a way. So, but well. Tiffany says, I really enjoy grammar breakdowns, but I'm a huge nerd. And that is awesome because, you know, I like nerds. I like people that are a little bit different, if you will, to the norm. There are a lot of people like that, and I you know, many of them are really, really cool. So, yes. Rita says, I love that it's always like we're talking to each other. Yeah, the way you speak, the way you present yourself. Thank you very much for saying that. That is very important to me as well. Like, I keep saying that in pretty much every stream, and sometimes I feel like maybe I'm annoying you guys. I know I'm not, but sometimes I feel like, I hope I'm not annoying you by saying it so often, but I really, like, interaction, community is very important to me. So that is one of the biggest compliments you can give me. So that, as a creator, so that's cool. I really am glad that you feel that way. So awesome. Béranger says, I came because you were recommended by the algorithm. Thanks, algorithm. Thank you. Even though, you know, with the algorithm, how should I put it? It's a love-hate relationship. Especially at the moment, to be honest. But maybe I'm going to talk about that in a few moments a little more. I was watching so many Rammstein songs videos, and that is the right way. That is awesome. By the way, if you enjoy Rammstein videos, by chance, and you have watched one or two on my channel, like, by now, I think there are over 80 different Rammstein-related videos on the channel. So there's lots for you to explore. So, yeah. You will need much more than a single evening or a single day to watch all of those, I think. So, there you go. Not right now. Stay here, please, of course, you know, but just so you know. And thanks for watching those videos and being interested in them. Cheers! It didn't hurt that I also love the German language. That is, that applies. That applies. That is applicable. I think it was almost 3 years ago now. Yeah. Like, if I had to guess, Béranger, that is also something that I would guess. I would say it was sort of like in the later stages of the, you know, the whole C thing. without naming names, but you know what I mean. Like 2022-ish, 3-ish, so around that time, I would say. So, yeah. But then again, I could be wrong. I could be totally off, of course. Mr. Lincoln Jason, hey! Hey to you as well. I think from your name and your avatar, judging from those, I guess you also have the same awesome time that I have had for the past few months. You know, hashtag reunion, hashtag Emily, hashtag Mike, hashtag, you know. Up from the bottom. Been a while since I've been in a stream. That's true. But every single time you're here, which is also true, I really, really enjoy that, you know. Because it's one thing. It's how should I put it? It's awesome when people keep tuning into streams, of course. That is the icing on the cake. But when people tune in to a stream that haven't tuned in to a stream for a longer time, that is also very special. That is a very special moment, because that means that people didn't forget about the channel. That means that you're actively taking the effort, taking the time. And that is very precious, to be honest. Because once again, I mean, let's be honest here. All of us, we have a lot of stuff to do in our everyday lives. And the fact that you're being here, even though you may be lurking, you know, I also appreciate you all the same. Just saying. So, let's see. So it's awesome that you're here again. I think you were Vlog Dave. Now that I, like, this guy? Maybe, yeah, maybe. Sort of like, is it like resemblance in a way? Maybe, a little bit. Maybe I'm a little bit rounder. I'm definitely a little more grayish here and there. Yes. But yeah. And as you can see, and I also want to mention that, these are just a few selected things of, you know, gifts that you've sent me throughout the years, and that you've actively took the time and effort to make them and to send them to me. And yeah, it's So, yeah, Vlog Dave. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that soon. I love that movie, Inglourious Basterds. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I watched the driving in Germany, videos numerous times before I traveled to Germany and rented a car. They were super helpful. Awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Glad I can be of help. Your stuff still comes up for searching for it. Really? Okay, awesome. That's cool. I think the streams are a huge asset for your channel. We come for the videos, but we stay for the streams. Yeah, that was a great tag, like a great slogan, if you will. Spoiler, Bérangerie also sent me an email. Maybe some of you may have seen it. A few weeks ago, I made a little video, little announcement type of video, in which I invited you to write comments and to tell me, to share what you think about the channel, what you associated with it, and what you would like to say, basically. And Bérangerie also wrote me an email, and they said that, in that phrase, you know, we come for the videos, but we stay for the streams. They also mentioned that in the chat, in the email. So I recognized that, and I loved that. That is very, very cool. Much appreciated. And cheers. Yeah, Michael. Cheers, of course. Rev Jane! Hello! Thanks for tuning in, Rev Jane. Rev Jane Smith. Hello from a normal American. They say. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah! Says Mr. Lincoln Jason. I've had an awesome time with LP coming back. Same here. There was also... I've been a fan of Linkin Park since 2003, like with Somewhere I Belong, Meteora. And them coming back in early September of 2024, out of the blue, like that was very emotional for me. And I, in the wake of that, I also decided to make 1 or 2 videos. I reacted to the whole album here on the channel as an album listening party, with me translating the song titles to German, for instance. I also translated Heavy is the Crown, the new Linkin Park song Heavy is the Crown, to German. And, explained a few things for German language learners. And I think I made 1 or 2 more videos, maybe even. So, and that they all came out in like November, I think, October, November. And I'm well aware of, some people may have been a bit annoyed by that if they don't like Linkin Park. I totally get that. And in a way, on the one hand, I'm sorry. I really am, because I flooded you with Linkin Park related videos. Then again, I just wanted to do it. I just needed to do it. And that was the exact right time to do it for me personally. So I had to get it out there, my joy, my excitement, right? So, and to share it with you guys. And that's awesome. I love that. So, sorry, not sorry at the same time. Yeah. What kind of beer are you drinking? I'm drinking what we call Radler. Cyclist, bicycle rider, in a way. Radler, das Radler. I'm gonna type that into the chat for you guys. Das Radler. By the way, das Radler, as a neutral noun, with das, it's a mixed beer. It's beer mixed with lemonade. With what do you call it in English? Lemon juice, basically. Yeah. Das Radler is beer mixed with lemon juice. I love that. Then we have der Radler as a masculine noun, and der Radler would be, the cyclist, someone riding a bicycle. Person riding a bicycle. Changing the article and, the gender changes the meaning. Welcome to the German language. It's not the case with all words. Some German nouns, they can have like 2 or even 3 genders and articles, therefore, and they mean, all of them mean the same. But with this, it's different. Yeah. And, I love it. I love it. I'm a big fan of mixed beer, to be honest. Mr. Lincoln Jason says, oh, well, sorry. Was that the one? Yes, okay. A lot has happened since I was last year. I've recently started creating content here on YouTube. Awesome. And I've been enjoying it so far. Okay, well, feel free to tell us, what are you doing? Awesome. Welcome to the team. And all the best for you, of course. Let me say, maybe this is a good opportunity to say something that I've learned throughout the years, past 10 years. And all of those, those things that I could say, they all sort of sound like calendar expressions, if you will, or, phrases. But most of them are definitely hitting the hammer on the nail. You know, like, is that the English saying, right? Yeah, you know what I mean, right? It definitely fits what I want to express. YouTube and content creation in general, not just YouTube. Race incoming. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And there are ups and downs. It's like a sinus, curve, going up and down all the time. You can have great days, weeks, months in a row, and then, that's not up to you most of the time. And then for, change in the algorithms, change in external factors, maybe a change in, you having less time or different priorities, the channel may have or go through a more difficult period of time, and then it may get up again. So it's an ebb and flow. And that can be, to be honest with you guys, that can be hard to deal with. That can be tough. Especially, I guess, when you're doing it full time, but like as a main job, that is. But also just in general, because it's not just about the financial aspect; it's also about the motivational aspect. Of course, you are less motivated when you see videos plummeting and having a hard time, especially when you don't know why that is, right? And like I said, sometimes. Yes, it can be that videos aren't optimized, in terms of search engine optimization, SEO, that they get found on search engines pretty well, or not. But often it can also be just, the algorithm. Because to some degree, even though we know a few things, it remains a black box for the majority of it. We can just assume, but anyway. So what I want to say is, too long didn't read. I'm sorry. Go for it. Don't let it get you down. You will find your audience, and even if it may take a while, maybe it depending on what you're doing, and if you're hitting the Zeitgeist, which is also a German term, by the way, der Zeitgeist, the time spirit, the spirit of the times, and you grasp that, right thing at the right time, with a little bit of luck involved, which pretty much happened to me in 2019 with the Rammstein stuff. I would wish that upon pretty much every single creator out there. So go for it. Rev Jane Smith says, since you have so many people, know you from the Rammstein videos, do Electric Callboy next. Their humor is brilliant. Yes. Rev Jane Smith, I don't know if you know, but I have actually made 3 or 4 Electric Callboy related videos already. So, but yeah, you're totally right. I love them. I would like to see them live at some point. I haven't yet. And I could definitely see myself making, more Electric Callboy related videos. It would be easier for me if they had more songs in German, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. I definitely enjoy them. Elevator operator. New song. David Daniel says, it was very difficult. It was very difficult to attend with work all day. Retired and end of February. Oh, congrats. And all the best, of course. I recommend it to everyone. I hope you join your chats more often. I hope to join your chats more often. Feel free to. You're always welcome, David. You're always welcome. And once again, congratulations on the retirement. And hope you're gonna have a great time, having that additional spare time, additional free time, so to speak, away from work. Awesome. Greg Levitt! Hi, Greg! Thanks for tuning in. Awesome. Happy anniversary. That's a lot of Rammstein videos. In fact, they are. They are a lot. Uh-huh. True. And there are more to come. In the future. You know. May take a while still, but I'm... Yeah. I have a few ideas. I'm thinking of, you know... Maybe I will also make videos... Like Rammstein related videos, but maybe a little bit shorter, which aren't about, you know, the entire lyrics. Something like that. In addition, you know, for people that don't want to watch the long form content, which I totally get in a way. Hashtag attention span. And, you know, I'm not excluding myself from that, by the way. I experienced that with myself as well. My attention span has gone down in recent years. I still enjoy watching long-form content, don't get me wrong, but I know a lot of people that are struggling with it. It just is what it is, man. Like, the vast majority of this channel, don't get me wrong, will still be long-form content, I think, for the foreseeable future, but, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Mr. Lincoln Jason says, I'll give you a laugh. When they were live streaming their performance in September, I stayed up until 1 AM UK time crying and enjoying the performance. Same story when From Zero came out. Well, you just explained the way I felt. And the way I experienced this as well. I stayed up until, you know, it was noon. Or it wasn't noon, it was midnight. Sorry, it was midnight in Germany. You know, we're 1 hour behind, as you know. And of course, we didn't really know back in the day, on September 5th, I think it was. We didn't know what to expect. Oh, in Germany, it was, you know, September 6th at midnight, you know, the first minute of the day. We didn't know what to expect from the stream from Linkin Park. And then they came onto the stage, and the band started playing a new song. And the song, The Emptiness Machine, starts with Mike Shinoda. You know, the rapper and singer who's been with the band for, you know, many, many years. Since the beginning. And then Emily, as the new singer, came onto the stage. And I was totally on board, you know, pretty much from there onwards. Like, yeah. But anyway, don't want to talk too much about Linkin Park for people that don't, or that aren't interested in the band. But yeah, I'm gonna see, last thing maybe, I'm gonna see Linkin Park live twice this year, twice. I'm gonna be in Düsseldorf, and I'm also gonna be in Frankfurt. I'm really looking forward to that. Both of those shows. Yes. So I can totally relate. Bill Kammermeyer says, holy crap, I just looked at your Inglourious Bastards video, has about almost 350k views. Yeah, right, that's insane. That's like totally mind-bending to me. It really is. It really is. My most successful videos, I think, is at like 450-ish k views. 450,000 views. With almost, maybe it has reached 10k likes by now. I made a video about that recently, and the story behind the video. And for that I looked up the stats. And I think it was at like 9,993 likes. Like, it was roughly just reaching 10k likes. And that was, still is. I can't grasp that, you know. Yeah. And, you know, once again, I laid the foundation for that, maybe. And Rammstein, of course, you know, and luck. Those three factors. But that happened due to you guys tuning in. Like, you guys watching and being interested. So, once again, you are one of the big factors, if not the biggest factor, to be honest, in that success. So Cheers. It's en panache in French. France. Is it en panache? En panache? I'm really sorry in a way because I have French ancestry, partially, from my dad's side. A few generations ago, though, so it's been a long time. But, you know, I don't speak French. That's, yeah. I'm most certainly gonna butcher most French words here and there. I'm happy that I can say Bérangère, you know, and that I got that right pretty much immediately. David says, I need to find it here in Sacramento. Oh, Radler. I don't know if that's popular, stuff like that is popular in the US. But in Germany, you know, mixed beers, they're pretty popular. And there are many different flavors. It's not just this one, even though this is one of my favorites, to be honest. There's also beer mixed with Coca-Cola, for instance. There's beer with grapefruit. There's beer with, I don't know, dragon fruit. There are different flavors. A few years ago, there was even a beer mixed with coffee, chocolate, I think. Also, yeah. A shandy in English. Oh, okay. You're referring to Radler, right? Shandy. That comes in very shandy. I really liked when you did some videos of In Extremo. It's an awesome band, but underrated. Yeah. Last year I was able to go to their concert here in Chile. It was a long-awaited comeback from me. Awesome. Glad that you enjoyed it. I also saw them live once at the Mera Luna Festival in Germany. And I totally agree with you. In Extremo, putting this out there for you guys. If you've never heard of In Extremo, I'm gonna type that band name into the chat. In Extremo, it's a German band. And if you like Rammstein and Eisbrecher, you know, fellow bands. And if you are also into more folk, medieval types of sounds and instruments and, you know, music, and a mixture of that, you know, imagine that being mixed. Like electric guitars, pounding drums, mixed with pipes, you know, and those things. You basically get In Extremo. Awesome band. Same applies to Subway to Sally. Another awesome German band, which is also like medieval metal, medieval rock. Yeah. And yeah, I made one or two videos about them. It's a bit difficult for me sometimes, to be honest, because, you know, with bands that aren't too popular worldwide, it's hard to find an audience once again, you know, recurring problem in a way. With Rammstein, I don't have that problem, luckily, or with, you know, with but even with which is another German metal band, very similar to Rammstein, and pretty much they came before Rammstein even, and Rammstein were influenced by Even with them, it's tough. It's tough to reach people, you know, and sadly. But I do definitely appreciate that you enjoy In Extremo and that you would like more videos. And, you know, it's not ruled out. Definitely not. So, yeah. Tiffany says, I have a tiny niche channel about hair and hairstyling. Awesome. I didn't know that. Cool. I mean, that also explains sort of your avatar in a way, I guess. Yeah. Good to know, Tiff. Good to know. And of course, all the best to you as well, in terms of, you know, video creation too. Awesome. Mr. Lincoln Jason. Well, since you asked, I have been making videos on a game called Ark Survival Ascended, which I really enjoy. as is, but I find it more fun making content on it. And I'm thinking of making Minecraft videos. Okay, awesome. Gaming content, that is. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much... I'm a Let's Player as well, so... I'm sort of also making gaming content on another channel. So, yeah, in German, by the way. So, I enjoy that as well. So, yeah, more power to you. Awesome. Let's see. By the way, I'm really sorry that I'm a little bit behind in the chat. Don't you worry. I'm gonna get to you. But sometimes the thing with me is I like talking, so please bear with me. I'm trying my best. Mr. Lincoln Jason, at some point soon. Okay. Kleefan 8? Kleefan 8 or Kleefan 8. Anyway, I'm happy that you're here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I found you through Get Germanized. My favorite thing was your German podcast. Du sprichst wunderschönes Deutsch. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, by the way, little plug from me. I also have a podcast. Well, that's not true. I have 1.5 podcasts. Not 2.5 men, 1.5 podcasts, everyone, right? So, the first one, and that is completely my own, is The German Podcast. It's a very creative title, I know. Thank you. Thank you. I know. No, the reason that it is a German podcast, as the title suggests, but it has an English title because that was my thought process, at least. It's a podcast for both native German speakers, but also for language learners out there. Hence the English title. Does that make sense? I don't know. That is why I came up with the title. The German Podcast. And then, if you can't get enough of that, there's even another German podcast that I'm a part of, as a co-host. It's called Custom, or you may actually say Custom. And I'm a co-host of that podcast. You can listen to those podcasts, by the way, everywhere, basically, on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, you name it. And that is also a German podcast that I run together with a very good friend of mine, Rick Ardo, also creator, Rick Ardo. He, by the way, he's been, we've known each other for many years now, and Rick is just a sweetheart. He's just a great guy. I love him. Like as a brother from another mother, right? That way. Rick has helped me a lot behind the scenes for this channel as well. Rick has helped me in terms of, technology-wise, gear, what should I get with which microphone is great, and, editing videos here and there, that kind of stuff. She's just awesome. And besides, he's just a great friend. He's very reliable, very open, he's just awesome. We share the same taste in music and everything. In fact, I just saw him last weekend when we met a fellow friend of ours. And yeah, he's my co-host in the podcast, Custom. And we talk about, pretty much everything from everyday life to music, games, movies, series, you name it. You guys. So yeah. And he, by the way, on his channel, Rick R.Do, that is his channel name, Rick R.Do, play on Ricardo, of course. He also does German content. And if you're into video games as well, for instance, he just uploaded a video about Crash Bandicoot. You know that guy? Crash Bandicoot, and he, pretty much a video essay, he compared the old Crash 4, the fourth installment of the Crash Bandicoot series, Was it? No, it wasn't Cortex. What is it? What's it called in English? The Wrath of Cortex? Maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, and the new one. The new Crash Bandicoot 4, which was just released like 1 or 2 years ago. What's different? What is similar? So if you're into that kind of stuff, Ricardo. Okay, so sorry for the plug, but yeah, you know, have to get the word out there. And Rick totally deserves it, to be honest. To be honest, you know, I'm biased, of course, but he deserves many more people watching his stuff. And he wants to do even more in the future, you know, so. Riff Jane Smith says they are amazing live in terms of, you know, in extremo. Yeah. They're awesome live. Rita says, I totally agree. He speaks German beautifully. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I try to do the German streams more often as well in the future. You know, the German only streams basically. I've done, you know, the last one I've done, I think it was in February. And yeah. We'll see, but it's always fun. Julius! I'm sorry, it took me a while to get to your comment. I'm really sorry. Thank you very much for tuning in. Awesome that you're here. Thank you so much for gaming German videos. Awesome. Glad you enjoy them. That is so cool to see. The last one that I did for that was, I think, the Indiana Jones one. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which, by the way, is also a great game. Who would have thought? It's not just great, it's very, very, very great. It's basically, it feels like a movie made into a game, but in a positive, in a great way. Great mechanics, great, you know, plot, great story, everything is awesome about that. So highly recommend it if you are into Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider, Uncharted, those types of games and stories. Give the new Indiana Jones game a try. It is totally worth it. It's awesome. Really, really, it's really awesome. I love it. And by the way, little plug here. I'm currently still doing a German Let's Play for that on my Let's Play channel, Dave Durden TV. Just so you know. Dave Durden TV. But Mr. Lincoln Jason, seeing LP live twice. Yeah, it was planned differently. And then things happened, and then I got 2 tickets, like one for Düsseldorf and one for Frankfurt. And yeah, and in Frankfurt I'm gonna go with friends of mine, and yeah, and in Düsseldorf maybe as well, even though it's not sure yet. But good for you though. I wish you the best experience at the shows. And one of them that's also cool. One of them, the Düsseldorf one, is, you know, in the infield standing, and the second one in Frankfurt is on the ranges, you know, on the range sitting. So it's different experiences all the same. So yeah. David says, Linkin Park was awesome in concert. I saw them before Chester passed away. Awesome, yeah. I mean, not Chester, you know, but you know what I mean. Don't want this to sound strange. What I wanted to say is, it's awesome that you caught them back in the day as well. So did I. In 2010, I watched them live. Even though that was it was a great concert, but I had like a nosebleed seat, way up high in the arena and in the back. So not the best position, but I don't want to complain. It was awesome though. So welcome back, Mr. Spock 89, by the way. Glad you're still here. So Beer and lemonade is called panache. And shandy. Okay. Rita asks, Dave, now I live in Germany, in Bayern. Yeah, I was just in Bayern last weekend in Bavaria. For the first time, by the way. First time being in Bavaria. And you, in which Bundesland do you live? In which German state do you live? Maybe someday we meet and go to a cafe. Who knows? I'm living in North Rhine-Westphalia, which is in West Germany. It's the biggest German state. Germany consists of 16 states. And North Rhine-Westphalia, North Rhine-Westfalen is the biggest one in terms of population. I think it's like 18 million people living there. There are the biggest economic region is there, the Ruhr area, Ruhrgebiet, very important for German economy, and yeah. And I would like to do, you know, at some point, I would like to do a meet and greet again. Both me and a Germanized, we had a mutual meet and greet, shared one in September of 2017 in Cologne, which was awesome. So yeah, that was a great experience. In Extremo is so strong. I pity I couldn't stay for their concert. I had migraine. Oh no, when they started. I'm sorry to hear that, Rita. Maybe next time then. German rock totally slaps. It does. Die Ärzte, Die Toten Hosen, many more awesome bands. Tiffany says, I'm a hairdresser and have been doing it professionally for over 20 years. Wow. Congratulations. Much respect. That's crazy. That's long. Like, that's double the time that I'm, you know, twice the time that I've been running this channel. Imagine. This is Rita, thank you very much for the tip. Thank you. Awesome. And that's a oh, that's very cute. The dancing fox and the 10 in the background. Thank you. Thank you very much. Feiern wir den 10. Super in einem Livestream. Ah. Thank you. Much appreciated. Rev Jane Smith says, I have a very German surname and I only understand a few words. I know you can pronounce it properly. Wunderlich. Yeah, wunderlich. It's... How could you translate wunderlich to English? It's like... You could... Wunderlich... You could translate it, or you could comprehend it in a negative or in a positive way. Something can be wunderlich in the sense of, you know, like strange. Ooh, that's strange. That is, I don't know about that. That is wunderlich. Or you could also say, you know, oh, wunderlich. You know, in a positive way. So it's interesting. Wunderlich. Wonderly. Like in wunderlich, there's the suffix lich, and then there is Wunder, das Wunder, the wonder. So wonderly would be like a literal translation, I guess. Even though I don't know if it's fitting really, but yeah. I've started photography more just doing concerts and wrestling events. Wow. Made friends with pro wrestlers down my state now. Wow. Okay, awesome. Now they want pictures done. That's cool, Botch TV. That's awesome. And by the way, thanks for tuning in, of course. Much appreciated. And Mr. Spock is back. Back at it again. Awesome. Ich gehe ins Bett. Einen schönen Abend noch. Definitely. Bitte auf Deutsch. Vielen lieben Dank, Mr. Spock89, dass du dabei warst. Hat mich sehr gefreut. Sehr, sehr cool. Schlaf gut, hab ein schönes Wochenende und vielen lieben Dank für alles, dass du immer dabei bist. Ich weiß das jetzt zu schätzen. Dankeschön. Gute Nacht. And then we have Tauntaun Girl. Tauntaun Girl. Living da-da-da-da-deep-da-dee-da. Thanks for tuning in, Tauntaun Girl. Awesome. Congratulations on 10 years. I discovered your channel trying to understand Rammstein lyrics. Your channel is the best place to do that. Awesome. Thank you very much for saying that. Much appreciated. Greg Levitt says, whimsical could be wunderlich. I mean, wunderlich could be whimsical. Yeah. Whimsical would be maybe more like weinerlich. Like, if I get it right, like, I would translate whimsical more to like weinerlich in the sense of, you know, someone that cries very fast and easily and is very all the time. Weinerlich. If you ever get a chance to see Paris live in Germany, do it. Tell Lynn I sent you. She's the coolest person I know. She'll take care of you well. She's amazing live. Awesome. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar with Paris, the band. So definitely need to listen to them more. Definitely. Oops. Cheerio. So, let me check something real quick. Where is it? This one. Because I also made a few... I took a few notes prior to the stream. And I would like to actually talk about a few things in reflection of the past 10 years, basically. First of all, though, Butch TV says, I've seen them live 6 times, they're great. Lindsay's always happy to see me at shows. I mean, that's so cool, right? When a band member or like a performer notices you and they know you from seeing and everything, and that's awesome. That's so cool. I'm very happy for you there. That's cool. So, what I wrote is, I thought about a few things that have changed compared to the early years of the channel, like 2015, 16, 17-ish mainly, and a few things that have stayed the same since then. So, at first, I would like to talk about a few things that have changed. Oh well, let's do it this way. What things that are different compared to the early years? Let's start with that then. Some of you may notice that as well when you watch some of my older videos. My English, my spoken English, has changed a lot from the early days. In the early days, I was still, you know, I was speaking the ordinary German English, you know, in a way. It was very like the British English, the German-ish English that people speak in Germany for the most part. And it wasn't, what I mean by that is, it wasn't like really with the R sound, you know, the Rothic R, the American English R. So that came about like in 2017, 2018 for some reason. I don't know why and how, but it just, you know, maybe it had to do with getting to know more people from those regions, you know, and people interacting with me, you know, and me talking to them, I guess. I don't know how exactly, but that has definitely changed. And I'm actually very happy. In fact, the other day I was thinking, you know, I don't think It sounds strange. I don't think I can speak British English anymore. I can't. Or I can't. Ha! I can't. Would you like to dance with me? I can't do it. Oh, no. Ricardo! There he is! We just talked about you, Rick. I just mentioned you as being, a great friend, of course, and a great helper behind the scenes and everything. And I also said that you're doing stuff and we have a common mutual podcast and everything. And yeah, long story short, too long didn't read. I told the people that you're awesome because that's the truth. So just so you know, minutes, not hours. Oh, right. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I don't think. Yeah. Rick is talking about, we send each other messages on WhatsApp. Voice memos. Anyway, yeah. Stuff that has also changed. By the way, yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in, Rick, of course. Don't want to miss that opportunity. Kling. Mirotaya asks, how do you feel about your channel turning 10 this year? Well, weird. Strange. But good at the same time. 10 years is a long time. But to be honest, and that is also something that I wrote down as a note before the stream. Something that is still true to this day, even 10 years into this. I still enjoy content creation. I love content creation pretty much the same way that I have loved it in the early days of the channel. It's just something that I love to do. The whole process even, like writing scripts, recording, editing, uploading, publishing, all those types of things, I just love it. I don't know where that comes from and why that is, but I just do. So I feel great about that. And I'm, 10 feels surreal though. So I'm just grateful. At the end of the day, I guess I could talk about this for hours, but what it comes down to is that I'm just extremely grateful for everything. That I've made it 10 years into this, and that I also had a few successful, things, videos, situations. Anyway, yeah. I'm happy the way things are, Then again, there are also times where, it's a bit tougher. And gonna get to that in a second. But, So, Mirotaya, and you're also a part of, making this as exciting and still as fun as it is, to be honest. So, thank you. Thank you for letting me do this. I spend a lot of time making videos, and it sounds strange maybe to some of you guys, but when I'm not out and about with friends, for instance, or with family, when we don't hang out, or when I'm not working, when I'm not doing, my main work, my main job, I'm pretty much thinking about the channel, well, all the time. Not like 24/7, don't get me wrong, but pretty much every day. To some degree. Sometimes I think more, about this thing, and then I think more about that thing. So it's not all the, I'm not thinking about the same thing all the time, but it's like a baby. It's my baby. So yeah, I just love it. And as long as that's the case, as long as I enjoy making content, as long as you guys seem to like it, I'm gonna keep making it, you know, because I love it. I love it. It's a lot of fun. So I can't complain. Well, I could, but like I said, more about that in a few seconds. Then again, what has also changed compared to the early years? My equipment, you know, the software with which I edit videos. Back in the day, I used Camtasia, for instance. Camtasia is another video editing software, and it's not bad, don't get me wrong. But compared to, you know, the one that I'm using now, and that I've started using in March of 2020, I think it was. Yeah, it would have been around that time. Like 5 years now. Adobe Premiere Pro. Not sponsored. Just so you know. But that is on a whole different level. Like, that is way more complex. You can do many more things with that, and that's just crazy. And, you know, I only know a part of that software, to be honest. You know, I don't even know, like, the entire catalog of functionalities that it supplies. So I'm also still learning to this day. You know, I'm constantly learning new stuff, which is also cool, which is also something that I like. So, yeah, the equipment, like I said, you know, also the microphone. Back in the day, I used that microphone. That is my old microphone. That is the Rode NT1A. NT1A. Yeah, NT1A. And don't get me wrong, it's not a bad microphone. But it's a different type of microphone compared to this one. This is a Großmembran-Kondensator-Mikrofon. Very German term, right? It's a large membrane condensator microphone? Condenser microphone? I don't know the English term. In essence, it means it records the vast majority of, you know, the room and the space around you. Whereas this microphone, the Shure SM7B, which I love, this doesn't. This is very, you know, close proximity based. So this, for instance, maybe you could hear me, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I have a noise gate in here, but anyway. Yeah. You have the same mug? You have that one? From my merch store, plug. 10% off today, by the way. I haven't mentioned that yet, and we're like 1.5 hours into the stream. Great, Dave, great. If you want to get something, you know, if you need a new mug like this, with Hallo zusammen, hello together, and some ugly face on it. And by the way, this is just one of the sizes possible. There is also like a larger size and everything. Link to that one down there. Definitely German, -shop.fourthwall.com. And I've never done that, to be honest. I'm not good at promoting that stuff, but there's a checkout code, which is Dave10. And with that, you can save 10% off of your order. By the way, worldwide shipping. Yes. Prost! So thank you very much, Berangerie, once again for getting that mug. I hope it serves you well. So, and Rita says, good that you still love to make videos. Oh, you live so far from me. Yes, a meet and greet will be fun. That would definitely be fun, you know. It's difficult to arrange, you know, for many people. Of course, maybe it would be easier in one way or another to have like a meet and greet in the US at some point, for instance, or in the UK for people that watch from there, because, you know, the vast majority of my audience, of course, isn't based in Germany, so we'll see. You have the one with bis zum nächsten Mal on the other side. It makes me smile every time I drink from. Aww. Thank you. I appreciate your words. I really do. Thank you. So, I'm taking a quick look at my list here. One other thing that I sometimes mention, and some of you may be asking yourselves, what's it like for you? And I'm lucky in that regard. I know that I'm lucky. By the way, Rick, first of all, sorry. Happy anniversary to you, my friend. Thank you. You will reach your goals with a lot of fun and great opportunities, and I wish the same upon you. I just told the people, by the way, that you are doing video essays and that you plan on creating more in the future and everything. So, same to you, my friend. Love you. You're a brother from another mother, right? Anyway, what I wanted to say is, I've been lucky and I've been very fortunate in that sense that pretty much not from day one, but from like maybe it was like in mid 2015. Like I said, I started on April the 3rd, 2015. And I think I uploaded the first video on April 5th, around the time. Anyway, like from mid 2015, late 2015 onwards, I actually, luckily, was able to, you know, earn a little bit with this channel. It's not my main motivation, don't get me wrong. It's cool if that is possible, of course, you know, because I also have to pay bills and everything. And I also have, you know, sometimes I invest into the channel with microphone and the lights that you don't see, the cam that I had to get a few, like 2 years ago because my old one broke. So all the stuff, the screens in front of me, the PC in itself, pretty much all that stuff I bought from money that I made from the channel and that you guys also were kind enough to, you know, tip in a way, essentially. So, and I think in late, like in mid 2015, late 2015, I started my Patreon. And I still have a patron that has been there since pretty much day one to this day. Now, I don't want to reveal who it is yet because, you know, or not right here, right now, because I don't know if the person is comfortable with that, but, and I'm, you know, that person, for instance, and all of you guys, you know, past and present, or maybe even future patrons, you know, but especially past and present, of course, you've helped me out so much with so many things you don't really know about. And it's, yeah. And also, you know, with general tipping and everything, that also needs to be mentioned. Like I said, it's not my main motivation. And what it comes down to is, I'm extremely grateful for being able to do this as a side job. I'm doing this as a side job, this channel, and I've been doing it as a side job since late, mid 2015. And that is nothing that I can take for granted. I can never do, you know, that I'm just happy. I'm just, yeah, like, what has changed as well is the channel name. I mean, no. Who's that, you may ask? Vlog Dave.
Welcome.
Oh, Arsam Torats. What? Tora Sare Tari just subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. Welcome to the community. Awesome. Thank you. Anyway, what I wanted to say is, what did I want to say? Yeah. Sorry. Old Dave is confused and old. By the way, and David says, you're very comfortable on camera, Dave, it shows. Thank you very much. Yeah, these days I am. Like, back in the early days, it was still, I had to get used to it a little bit, but these days, I don't mind. I like it, Sometimes I wish I could see you guys as well, right? So, but well. Yeah, the channel name, Vlog Dave. Fun fact. Technically speaking, for the first 10-15 days of the channel in 2015, in the year of the Lord, back in the day, the channel I actually named, or I called the channel not Vlog Dave, but Vlog Dave. Like a 3-part name. That was the original idea. Vlog Dave. And why was that? Well, because Germans usually don't say vlog, they say vlog. German content creators and, audience members, community members, we pretty much all say vlog for some reason. And back in the day, I didn't know that in English you don't say vlog, it's vlog. And then I think it was Vuko, it was Get Germanized, who told me, it's not vlog, it's vlog. And then, or thus, Vlog Dave was born. The idea behind Vlog Dave was not just, I'm making vlogs and I'm Dave, so I'm Vlog Dave. That was my slogan back in the day, but the idea was also pretty much like a corporate identity, if you will. 3-part, like 3-syllable name, Vlog Dave, and the 3 colors of the German flag, black, red, and gold. Vlog Dave. So I could actually make like a logo or a font that would catch up on the 3 colors of the flag. When I started to call the channel Vlog Dave, that was irrelevant in a way, that idea, but still. And then, for the longest time, well, that's actually not true. In between, I had a few iterations of Vlog Dave, like Vlog Dave How to German, I think was one of them. How to German with Vlog Dave. Learn German with Vlog Dave. There are so many, like, I can't recall all of them, to be honest. And in September of 2022... Was it 2022? Or 2023? Might have been 2023. No, I think it was 2023. I renamed the channel to Definitely. A name that I still like. But sadly, and I should have seen it coming in a way, because I'm working in online marketing and I'm aware of those things in a way, but I still tried it. I still liked the pun, Dave, definitely, it's Definitely, right? So I still wanted to go for it. That's me being stubborn, thick-headed, in a way. Google and other search engines, they assumed that I was misspelling my channel name all the time. Because when I searched for Definitely, because I wanted to see how many backlinks or which backlinks, links to my YouTube channel I would get from other pages, potentially, or if it would rank on, the search engine page, and how well it would rank. Google and also YouTube they basically said, you know, oh, did you mean to write definitely? And I was like, no, it's definitely. It's not definitely. That's the pun. But both YouTube and Google, pretty much the same company, but still different in terms of, you know, search engine systems in a way, systematically different still in some ways. They both had problems with that. They both struggled with that. And I also struggled with that, therefore. And I was like, oh no, shit. Oh, sorry. Shoot. Well. Yeah. And because of that, I lost quite a few good rankings for videos and for the channel that I had before. So in Germany, or in German, you would call that das Eigentor, the self, the own goal, in a way, that I shot. Well, happens. But still, it was kind of sad, to be honest. I mean, I was a bit devastated by it. But it was my decision, so I couldn't blame anyone else. That was totally on me. I should have seen it coming. But I still wanted to go for it. Like I said, that was my stubbornness, in a way, coming through. Anyway, that is one of the reasons why I renamed the channel to Definitely German, what it is today. And I think what it will remain for the time being. And I'm sorry, I wanna say this out loud for everyone to hear. I'm sorry that I confused some of you guys with the channel name changes throughout the years. I'm really sorry. That wasn't my intention, of course. And I totally get that. David. I'm really sorry about that. Like, really. Because one or two people have told me that they were confused by that and that they didn't really see, or they lost track of the channel because of that, even. And of course, that is not something that I wanted to do, like, or to happen. But then again, to be honest, I couldn't have stayed with Vlog Dave, because in the early years, I did one or two vlogs here and there. Yeah, arguably, okay. But for the vast majority of the channel now, I haven't been doing vlogs as the main type of content. So Vlog Dave as a name, it didn't fit anymore. And that is why I came up with a channel name change in the first place. And that's that, you know. And I hope that Definitely German, like, once again, luckily speaking, I appear on the main Google page when someone types Definitely German. That's cool. So, yeah, we'll see. By the way, trivia fact. There are still 300 or 400 videos in the backlog where I have to change the title and or the description because all of them say definitely still. Yeah, that's my life now. No, but yeah, that is something that I still have to do every now and then. Anyway, what has one more thing? I actually mentioned that a few minutes ago. Well, first of all, let's get back to you guys. Maybe. So, Bérangère says, or asks, when did the meet and greet in Köln take place? That was in September of 2017. Like September 19th, around the time, if I recall correctly. I don't know. It was September of 2017. I made a video about this, by the way. So if you want to check that out, me talking about it after, like, a few days after that, just type, like, Definitely German meet and greet. I guess you will find it. It was a lot of fun. And I'm also going to be talking about that in an upcoming video, by the way. So Carl Herring. Hey Dave, maybe you can set up a meeting on Zoom and then everybody can see each other. Would be interesting. Yeah, maybe I should do that at some point. That's an interesting idea. Gotta think about that. Thanks, Carl. Rick says, Sally is not 10 years a Dave. Bad pun intended. Only can return the favor. And we celebrated the old name with a wonderful picture last weekend. Yeah, Flock Dave. Maybe I can show you. Well. Now I'm thinking, what is flock in English? Not like flock of seagulls, not that flock, but like no group of birds or animals. Let me look this up real quick. Flock English. Pack. Okay, a pack. Or steak. Yeah, steak. Drive a steak right through my heart. Yeah, steak. S-T-A-K-E. That is. Steak. Let me look up the photo real quick. Where is it? There it is. So, Vlog Dave, you know, in German you could make a pun out of that. It's no, it's not that steak. No, it's steak. But yeah, steak Dave. I mean, I like steaks as well. Don't get me wrong. But Vlog Dave would be like steak Dave. Like vlog and flock. Der Pflock is the steak. Something that you would ram into a vampire's heart, for instance. That is a steak, you know, right? And that's Rick and me. Can you see? Rhyme. Sort of. That's me with a flock. Like very... Nah. And that's Rick getting flock daved. Yeah, we just had to. Screen is a bit too bright. Yeah, this is better. I actually adjusted the brightness before because I thought it was too dark, but apparently not. Yeah. This is Flock Dave, everyone. And Rick. Not getting Rickrolled, but getting flocked Daved. So, yeah. We just had to do it. Rita says, man, you just said something. It's 2015 that I started to remember German bands I found back in that time. Wow. I guess I know your channel since then. Awesome. Wow. Mirotaya says, by the way, I posted a comment on your January stream a moment ago. You should go watch it here at the same time. On the January stream. Let's see. Wow, that's a long... I'm wondering what sheet waving is. Sheet waving? I'm gonna check that out later. Hope that's okay. It's a long comment. Sheet waving. Ah, you mean for saying goodbye to someone? I don't know the context anymore. January. That was a long time ago. I'm old. Mirataya. I'm old. So anyway, One thing that has stayed the same since the very early days, and I'm very happy about that, is that I pretty much constantly, like pretty much on a daily basis, every day, I have new ideas for videos. Granted, not all of those ideas turn into videos at the end of the day, but I have, you know, every now and then, and it's little things. Sometimes, you know, a workmate, for instance, a coworker of mine, they say an interesting German word that grabs my attention, and then I'm writing it down. Or, you know, can be many different things. And I already have quite a few ideas for upcoming videos. I just need to find the time to write a script, record, edit. Especially editing takes a lot of time. Not complaining, just stating. So yeah. And by the way, one thing that has also stayed the same that fits with that is, with the exception of a few things that, you know, where people have helped me in the background in terms of, you know, Rick, for instance, has helped me with, you know, software issues here and there, technological issues, and he has also consulted me in terms of, you know, equipment that I should get, what that's good, and so forth. With the exception of that, and also, by the way, shoutouts to Pascal, der Rockshop. Can I tag him like that? No. Der Rockshop. He has composed my intro music. Pascal is also a great guy, lovely person, lovely dude. Happy to know him. Great friend as well. I'm also going to join him and Rick, by the way, for the Linkin Park concert in July. Apart from those things, this channel has been a one-man show. I'm doing everything. I'm writing the script, I'm recording, I'm editing, I'm uploading, I'm managing, you know, the descriptions and video titles, the tags, subtitles. What else? Social media. Everything from start to finish. And I don't know it any other way, to be honest. Like, that's the way it is. You got staked. Yes. Since I already mentioned Electric Callboy, the Butcher Sisters are similar in their humor and music. They sing in German. I'd love to see a reaction to Zeig mir dein. I think Zeig mir dein. Have I listened to that? I think Rick showed me that at some point. Zeig mir dein. But the Butcher Sisters, yeah, they were recommended to me before, and maybe, you know, I'm gonna write that down. We'll see. The Butcher Sisters. The Butcher Sisters. So we'll see. Thanks for the recommendation, of course. Like this. Okay. So, you showed me, was that the one with the noodles? There was one video that you showed me with noodles. That one? And I remember, you showed me, that was the one, right? You showed me one where I was like, what the freaking is going on? Yeah, I remember. It was pretty much the same that I felt when I first checked out, you know, We Got the Moves by Electric Callboy and Hurricane and pretty much everything else by them. Elevator Operator. Yeah. Rick, by the way, has seen them live yet, you know, already. Electric Callboy. I haven't. So that's on my bucket list. Write Schattenmann down as well. Yes, sir. I will. Schattenmann. I wrote it down. That doesn't mean anything, but I mean, I wrote it down. Maybe we'll see. But yes, I know that you also wrote that in a comment, so I'm aware. Also, one thing, maybe to round this up, like this list of things that have been different and that have stayed the same throughout the years. There's one thing that, well, how should I put it? It doesn't matter if it's YouTube or Twitch or podcast or something else, you know, content creation wise. And even, you know, in work life, or in other fields like sports, for instance. I've never been competitive. I have never been interested in being competitive. I totally get the thrill that it brings people, and I totally get why some people enjoy being competitive. Nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong. More power to them. I'm not competitive. I'm just not. Why do I say this? I guess, I don't know. That's my assumption. I could have been, well, I could have pushed things even more in terms of, you know, getting the word out there, promoting myself, and, you know, copying content from other creators that was successful content, and, you know, pretty much just doing the same, copycat-like. Nah. I found my own style, I found my own niche in the niche, I guess, at this point, and you know, whether it's fellow German language content creators out there, whether it's people that I know, like Get Germanized, or Don't Trust the Rabbit, Trixie, or also whether it's, you know, just content creators in general, like shoutouts to, you name them, Sunny from Norway, who I just talked to, I think, the day before yesterday. So many people, you know. So, shoutouts to all of you guys. I'm not competitive. I don't want to compete with them for, you know, views and likes. I know that to some degree it works that way, but I'm not really interested in that. And maybe that is one of the reasons that, you know, I haven't really turned into the biggest German language content creator channel type thingy ever, in all the times and all the spaces. I can live with that. I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy the way things are. I'm extremely, really happy that on top of all of this, you know, the interaction with you guys, community, that means everything to me. On top of that, that I can actually earn something from my channel and do it as a side job in the first place. That is awesome. And, you know, to be very honest with you, I, of course, get why, well, how should I put it? I get that some people strive to be, they long to be a full-time content creator, and nothing wrong with that. If they want to do it and if they want to go that way, more power to them, right? Honestly. And for a few months and maybe even the early years, I thought to myself, well, of course it could be cool to be a content creator full-time. These days, to be honest, I'm just happy the way things are. I don't depend on this. I don't need to do this as a full-time job in that sense. That is what I want to say. Because, to be honest, and that is also one thing that I hinted at a few hours ago, minutes ago, that I also want to bring up for transparency reasons with you guys. I'm also tackling that in a few upcoming videos here and there shortly. right now, content creation, like in early 2025, is very difficult for many creators. Not just me. There is a subreddit, a Reddit thread that is called Partnered YouTube. I'm a part of that, and every now and then I tune in, you know, I check it out. At the moment, I'm doing that quite often, to be honest. And there are so many content creators, like a lot, from different niches, different genres, different walks of life, just from different countries. And they all struggle at the moment. Because apparently, I don't know what it is, there is something not really right. Let me put it this way. There's something not really right with metrics, impressions, and how people finding your videos in the first place, new videos getting published to the correct, right, fitting audience, or audiences even, and those types of things. And many people have a drastic drop in terms of views and those types of things lately. And the problem is, we don't really know why. Like, what's going on? We can assume that maybe it has to do with, you know, algorithm changes, but we don't know for sure. Because once again, the algorithm is a black box to a vast degree. So, once again, in a way, I don't want to complain. I really don't. Because, like I said, as long as I enjoy making this and as long as you enjoy watching what I'm doing, cool. Then again, it's tough. At the moment, it's tough. And like I said, those are the moments, and that here comes full circle. Those are the moments in which I am happy that I don't solely depend on YouTube. You know? So, yeah. Sorry for the downer. I didn't want to stretch this out for too long, but I still wanted to let you know that, you know, it's not just me, it's many creators out there who have a hard time at the moment. And, you know, I guess we just have to get through it. We have to keep going. And that's also, to close this up, this section of things are different and things are the same in comparison. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, content creation, whether it's YouTube or something else, it's a marathon. It sounds like a phrase that, you know, people say all the time, and yes, it is, but it's true. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You have to keep going. You have to be consistent. That's one of the most important things as a content creator. Whether it's YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, you have to be consistent. It's as simple as that. Like, that doesn't guarantee you that every video, everything that you put out will be like a huge success. No. But, you know, it's the way it is. So, okay. Back to you guys. Once you've read my comment on your own time, you could share your thoughts in the next stream in May if you want. Yeah, I may do so, Mirotaya. Du bist unser tolles Geheimnis. Oh, you are our awesome secret, they say. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That was the Noodle song when we were at Alex's place. But Zeig mir dein was the one with the Hahn jokes. Yeah. To put it more appropriate. If you know what I mean. I think I know what you mean. This time without a typo. Yeah. Alright. And yes, I remember Trixie, of course. I mean, we've just collaborated once so far. And I don't think she's active anymore, at the moment at least. I'm sorry, my nose is killing me. I've only met her once, but she's such a nice person. I mean, she's very, very friendly and likable, down to earth. She's just great to be around, to be honest. So I would definitely love to do, some stuff, some content with her again. If applicable, if possible, if she wants to, of course. If she's gonna go back to content creation at some point, I don't know. We filmed. I think it was a 3-part video that we did back in the day, where we had like Chinese whispers, Stille Post in German, that is, Chinese whispers, where both, like, it was the 3 of us. It was like Germanized. It was her, Trixie, aka Don't Trust the Rabbit, and me. And we had to whistle. We had to whisper something into, or someone, like, I think. How did we do it? It was a long time ago. One person had to guess what, like, one person had headphones on and music, and they just saw the lip movements, and they had to guess what the other person said. So that's that. Yeah. And we filmed that at Vuko's place. And we filmed one video for her channel, one for his channel, and one for mine. So I think it was a 3-part collaboration type of thing. It was awesome. It was much fun. But, collaboration-wise, thank you to every single content creator out there with whom I've collaborated in the past so far. I mean, Get Germanized first and foremost, of course. Adam Lusk. Adam is also awesome. Some of you may know Adam from the FBE or from the React channel. Like Teens React to this and that. Teens React to Linkin Park, for instance. And Adam and I got in touch a few years ago, many years ago at least by now. And he was learning German at the time, and he was asking me a grammatical question because he found out about me somehow, and that is how we got in touch. And we also filmed a few videos together about what it's like, what US Americans know and think about Germans, Germany, the German language, tongue twisters. I tried English once, he tried German once, of course, and that was also fun. That was a lot of fun. I also did a collaboration with Michael Obermeier, German gaming journalist, awesome guy as well. That was fun because I tried to get Bavarian words, Bavarian phrases and expressions that he told me. He's Bavarian. I'm not. So that was fun. Yeah, so many other things that I did with fellow creators. I would like to do more of those types of things, even though it's not easy, because we both have to find time. So, yeah. Gonna be right back, guys. I have to blow my nose. I'm gonna be right. All right. I'm back. Whew. That was necessary. David says, I appreciate your honesty and transparency. You have a realistic perspective and outlook. Thank you. I mean, that's very important to me as well, to be realistic about things. And to be honest, with you guys. Sometimes I I'm hesitant to express or to address those things with you, not because I don't want you to know, but because I don't want it to sound like fishing for sympathy or compassion or, you know, fishing for compliments, stuff like that. That's not my intention. At the same time, you know, I also want to be honest and open. So there's a little struggle with that, to be honest. And that's also one of the reasons, I mean, you know, to put it bluntly, YouTube channel memberships, Patreon supporters, tipping, all that kind of stuff, of course, helps. Because they are external factors that help to, well, how could you say, even out a few things. So, then again, this isn't supposed to be me saying, you know, subscribe, become a patron, stuff like that. That's not the point. But that's just part of the whole thing, right? So that's part of the whole picture of things. Like content creators that only rely on AdSense, which is pretty much, you know, money that you earn from people watching your videos, or not just watching the videos, it's more watching ads that run before or during the video or afterwards. That is basically the source of income for content creators, YouTube-wise, right? So, but that's just one. That's difficult at the moment. Let's put it this way. That's just one part of the problem here at the moment. So, yeah. Anyway. If I'm not crazy, I remember a video from you three. Yeah, you said that, yeah. It's easy to like, ah, thank you. Thank you very much. Post. Whew. That was that. Let me check my notes real quick. Do I have anything else that I wrote down that I didn't mention yet that I want to mention? I mean, back in the day, back in 2015, 16-ish, the whole YouTube Shorts thing wasn't a thing yet. You know, the entire... I think Snapchat was already a thing, but, you know, like... I don't know if Instagram, like in 2015, 2016, already had, like, Reels and Stories. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Don't know when that started, but, yeah. But that has definitely changed, like, long-form content, short-form content, you know, those types of things. I didn't catch when is the next German stream. I don't know yet, Berangerie. I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have one in April, to be honest, because I already have a few videos that are planned, and I don't want to spam you guys with stuff. So we'll see. But I guess maybe if I'm not gonna be able to have one this month, I guess I'm gonna be having one next month. We'll see. But I'm gonna let you guys know. I try to be a little bit more, how should I say? A little bit more thorough, a little bit more transparent with, like, announcements. So far, you know, when I'm about to do stream or something else, I usually let you guys know in a community post or on social media. But I think it would be a wise thing to also make a little video about those things, because, you know, not everyone sees those postings and everything, and so, yeah. I try to be better at that in the future. Yes. Yes. Let me check again. Think those were my notes. Yeah, pretty much already mentioned that. I mean, one thing that I could also mention maybe, I mean, there are a lot of different video platforms these days. It's not just YouTube, of course, but I still think that YouTube is my go-to platform still. I just love YouTube. You know, I pretty much watch stuff on YouTube every day. Different content creators, shoutouts to them, of course. You know, Kadikarus from Great Britain, Carnage from the USA, just to name two. And, you know, a few fellow friends, of course, also in Germany. Rick Ardo, Alex Flattermann 85, also a great guy. Gronk, you know, great people. Just enjoy watching them. So, yeah. I just love YouTube. I have that in common with Mr. Beast. But I guess it's just that. I don't have the subscribers. I don't have, you know, the reach. But I'm happy. I'm still happy, you know. And, you know, more power to him. Also, especially with his philanthropy that he does. That is awesome. So, yeah. That's cool. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. Not because I don't want to talk to you anymore, but because, as you guys know, I already mentioned that at the beginning of the stream, you know, like, I guess it's a cold. I don't know. Something like that. I hope it's just a cold and nothing more. Yeah, my brain is melting a little bit, I feel. So, luckily, pretty much everything is already set for April, so maybe I can relax 1 or 2 days and get that out of my system. Anyway, I want to take the opportunity to really say thank you once again for everything. And I hope that you will stick around for maybe another, I don't know if it's going to be 10 years. Who knows? You know, we can't predict the future one way or another. But like I said, as long as I enjoy making videos, you know, and as long as you guys keep tuning in, sharing your thoughts, interacting and everything, just letting me know that you enjoy it and that it helps you, that all that is you know, incredibly awesome. Yeah, it is awesome, but it's also, you know, you can't put a price tag on it, you know, it's priceless in a way. It's you can't, in a positive way, that is, you know, it's awesome. By the way, thanks for the well wishes, everyone. I'm sorry that I wasn't a really, like, overly hyperactive, or more, let me put it this way, more active streamer today, but I'm, like I said, I'm a little bit under the weather, I'm sorry, because of that. Yeah, but anyway, I still wanted to do the stream. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you next time at some point. I don't know when the next stream's gonna take place. Like I said, I'm gonna let you guys know, and I try to do it more often in short videos as well. So stay tuned, keep an eye out for that, and also, like, shoutouts to every one of you, of course, you know, also my patrons, past and present, tippers, past and present. You know, everyone, basically, the whole community. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for tuning in, you guys watching this right now. And last but not least, thank you in case you watched this afterwards as a recording on YouTube. I know that some of you do that, and I truly appreciate that. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have a great night. Great morning, noon, afternoon. Everything. Great everything. And thank you. From the bottom of my heart. See you next time. See you soon. Stay tuned for more 10-year channel anniversary celebratory videos coming in April. Just so you know. So, yeah. See you around. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Or, maybe I should rather say, definitely, tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye-bye.